suffered an automobile accident during the first week of school. Accepting the death of someone so young, so lively, so energetic, and with so much potential is a challenge for us all. Katrina was a delightful, sincere, compassionate young lady who we miss dearly. Many of you know that last spring, Katrina won a contest sponsored by the League of Women Voters for her mural, which is located in the main hallway of our high school. The mural is a lasting tribute to Katrina, and little did we understand at the time the significance of Katrina painting this gift for us. Located in front of the stage to my left is a chair with flowers given in Katrina's memory by the class of 2000. Although she is not with us physically, I know many of us feel her spirit and presence in this arena this afternoon. Following the ceremony, I would invite members of the Pietrzakowski family to come forward and accept these flowers as a small token of the class of 2000's love and remembrance of Katrina. Secondly, our school district last fall suffered the loss of a well-known and respected leader when former Director of Health, Physical Education, and Athletics, Douglas Westcott, died suddenly. Doug was an excellent teacher, coach, and administrator. He was a lifelong resident of Rockport and made such a lasting contribution to our entire school community. He impacted many lives throughout Section 5 in New York State with his leadership in many professional organizations. He was a loving husband, father, grandfather, and friend. He had recently retired, and his untimely death, like Katrina's, came without warning. His family is present today, and I know his spirit is with us as well. As part of our awards presented today, you will find new awards in the program, presented in the name and honor of both Katrina Pietrzakowski and Doug Westcott. Would you please just pause for a brief moment in silence to honor them both. Thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. James Fallon, Superintendent of Schools.
With great enthusiasm that I welcome everyone here today to Rockport's 73rd graduation. We're back at the War Memorial by popular demand. Last year the ceremony was our first here, and it was such a huge success for a number of reasons, air conditioning being, of course, number one probably. But we're back, and we expect to be here for quite a while. At this time, the hands that we are turning this country over to in the future, if you ever consider that and worry about that, I would just offer you this: don't. I know many of these students well. I've interacted with many of them, and I can tell you from my own experience, this class, like every class in Rockport, is just full of fantastic young men and women. They're the leaders of tomorrow, and I, for one, have no qualms that these students that you see before you today will be fabulous leaders in the coming years. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, especially you, fellow graduates. I didn't really know where to start looking for ideas for my speech, so I went to the dictionary in order to look up a definition for salutatorian, but I couldn't find it. However, using what we all learned in grammar school, I was able to trace this word back to its root word, existentialism, for which I could find a definition. Now, these are my principles. If you don't like them, I have others. Existentialism is a philosophy that basically says we as humans have no predetermined destiny. Because we are creatures of free will, we determine how we want to live by our actions. We're not required to follow any particular path. Rather, we choose our own paths, and we are responsible for these choices because they are our own. My point in all of this is that up until this time in our lives, many of us have just been living a sort of predestined existence, playing a role given to us by society. In the past, we would go to school, sometimes do our work, maybe play an instrument or sport, and so on and so forth. We've not really had many life-altering decisions to make, with the majority of our choices consisting of how much effort we wanted to put into our schoolwork and what kind of personality we wanted to portray to others. This year we did have to show at least some initiative in deciding what it is that we're going to do next year. But soon we'll be faced with the task of deciding what to do with the rest of our lives. The time is coming when this existence given to us by society begins to break down. This free will with which we've been blessed has become even more important to us. Until this point, we may just have been holding on for the ride and seeing where it takes us. Perhaps we should not continue to do so, because it might take us somewhere we don't want to go. Many of you, I'm sure, are excited for the freedom that we are all about to gain, the ability to make so many more decisions for ourselves. Up until today, we've quite often been told what we can and cannot do. We couldn't leave the building or go out to lunch. We needed a pass to leave class and oath to come in late. We couldn't wear hats or coats. We weren't supposed to be in the halls during classes. And of course, everyone always followed these rules too. I'm not joking. But soon, we'll all have to get our own selves out of bed and come up with our own excuses for being late. The only ones telling us where to eat will be our own stomach, objecting to the idea of Mexican food, and our wallets, objecting to everything but a package of chicken-flavored ramen noodles. As we move on to this next stage in our lives, it is important that we do not forget those who have been there for us in the past. Friendships we have made with, well, our friends, should indeed be very important to us. And while this is for many a day of, woohoo, we're finally out, it's at the same time a day when we realize that things are never again going to be like they were. Those kids sitting around you, you're not going to see most of them come tomorrow. But today you can begin to cherish those memories that you do have. These people of whom I speak, those who have been there for us in the past, they come in all forms. There are so many people around that care for us, that do what they can to help and protect us. Perhaps the time when we most notice these people is when we ourselves are faced with some sort of problem. The people who will stick with us through hard times, who will do what they can to help us, are the ones who care about us most. And it is this dedication on their parts that we should not forget. There was always a teacher there for us to listen to our problems and help when they could, whether it concerns schoolwork or family or relationships. The same people have been hired to teach us trigonometry, metaphors, vectors, and the Cold War. Gave up their time to hear what we had to say. They gave up their time with their own friends and family to advise our clubs and coach our teams, just so that we can have more opportunities to do the things that we enjoy doing. The same goes for administrators and counselors and many others involved in our school. Our classmates, too, have been there for us many times throughout all the years we've been together. Whether there's some math homework we don't understand, an essay or a speech we need ideas for, a worksheet we forgot to do that we'd like to work together on, or maybe we need a ride home. Our friends have been there. They've also been there when we've had more personal problems, like a fight with a close friend, a serious injury, the loss of a loved pet, the death of a family member, even the death of a classmate. There's another group of people to whom many of us owe a great deal, and it's obviously those who've been supporting us at home. But I know sometimes it may be easier to talk to your friends than your parents. Your family has always been there for you and has always been willing to help you when you need it. I can remember staying up late doing my homework many a night and having my mother come downstairs telling me I should go to bed. She and my father would offer to help me when I was stuck, so I'd say, okay, do you know any themes in Waiting for Godot? Or, how do I find the antiderivative of a series revolved around the x-axis? And they'd try to help me as best they could. I know that you will all remember your years at Rockport High School, the great people you met and the great things you did, along with any bad things that happened and not so great things you did. Some final words for you, my classmate. If you're not doing anything this summer, why not take a trip to the library or bookstore and find some reading material to soak up your free time? Knowledge can be very valuable in your lives, and books are a wonderfully inexpensive way to gain some. As the great philosopher Marx once said, outside of a dog, a book is man's best friend. Inside a dog, it's too dark to read. Thank you.
When he called my name, I couldn't believe it. Scholarship and activities. Whenever the description of this award was written, they must have had this candidate in mind. As far as character and personality, the student shines. Her counselor and teachers describe her as compassionate, kind, thoughtful, intelligent, creative, committed, and sincere. One teacher called her first rate. I noticed that throughout her high school career, she has been a star, but never hesitated to allow others to share the spotlight. For example, she worked real hard planning for homecoming each year, but when it came time for the pep rally, she let others perform in events perhaps she would have liked and deserved to do, but she wanted her classmates to have fun and not be disappointed. Her attitude has remained positive over the years. Recently, I asked her what the best part of high school was, and she responded, her sophomore and junior years were the best, because she felt challenged academically and she enjoyed them because the seriousness of senior year had not yet approached. I then asked her what the worst part was, and she said, I have no regrets. I believe this is due to her spirituality, and this keeps her grounded and ready to move on and take on greater challenges. Perhaps she didn't have time to have any regrets. She was involved in many activities, such as the Key Club, Allies Club, the Yearbook Committee, Drama Club, Natural Helpers, National Honor Society, Mathletes, Chorus, Choir, Class Acts, the high school plays, playing lead roles in 1776 in The Wizard of Oz. And when she sings, everyone listens. She has participated in community service activities at nursing homes and
lastly, the John D. Clark Scholarship of $5,000. John D. Clark.
2,000 are a few words that I would like to say. First of all, I would like to thank the donors, sponsors, and community organizations for today's awards. Our school district is grateful to laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, that is to have succeeded. I congratulate all of our seniors today. I love and respect you. I'm honored and proud to serve as your principal, and I thank you for your attention, cooperation, and trust today. Thank you. Before awarding the diplomas to these seniors, I would like to ask the cooperation of the audience as we go through the awards, and I'll try to explain some logistics to you here as well as far as the end of our ceremony. Commencement is a very special, proud, traditional ceremony in our high school, and we ask that you treat this next segment with the dignity and respect that it deserves as well. And I know this is very, very difficult, but we ask that you not be yelling or shouting or whistling as any names are read. Actions, as I mentioned, are very distracting and often spoil the graduation of the next name that I am trying to read. I promise you that after we have read the last name, you'll be able to yell, shout, scream, go crazy, do whatever you need to do. So I know you've been sitting patiently for a long time, but just ask your patience as we go through this. Please hold all your applause until the last diploma is awarded, and at that time I'll present the entire class to you. Each of our graduates will proceed across the stage as I read their name. Mr. Fallon, Superintendent of Schools, will present them with a diploma at the X here in the center of the stage. They will actually be receiving their diploma covers, and when they return their cap and gowns at the end of today, their actual diploma will be handed out to them. You will notice as they pass behind me as well, once they shake hands with Mr. Fallon, all of their tassels are on the right hand of the mortarboard, right side. It's just a check, just to make sure. And as they pass by, they will pass it over to the left side, which symbolically means they have now left our high school. I would tell you also that at the end, when the students process out, they will be taken through the double doors here. Last year, which was our first year here, we ran into a little bit of a problem because as we dismissed 300 seniors, and I know you don't believe it, but they really do all look alike, and they're blue and white caps and gowns. And we had 600 or 700 or 1,000 parents trying to pick out their child out there. You may want to stay where you are and have them come to you. But I promise, once they process out there, they'll either come up to you or you'll find them in the atrium area. We'll give you plenty of time to take pictures, anything you need to do out there. When they return their caps and gowns, the only people that they will let backstage to return that are the seniors in their caps and gowns. So they will come backstage, return their caps and gowns, and then they'll proceed out to you. So I appreciate your patience during that time. I will make sure that I read each of those names, I hope correctly. We'll take our time going through it. I certainly want them each to be recognized individually. The first two diplomas, which I will present to, it's a tradition here at Brockport. The first diploma will go to the valedictorian, and the second diploma to the salutatorian, and then we should be following in alphabetical order. I should mention to the audience today, too, that to my knowledge, for the first time in the history of Brockport High School, the valedictorian and salutatorian both have a weighted academic average of over 100. And you may think that's not possible, but you get extra points weighted in if you take an honors or an AP course. But this is the first time that I'm aware of that even if you had over 100 average, you still finish second in this group. So certainly as I call the first two up, I think you will realize how special they really are. So I'd like to begin the ceremony and present the first diploma to the class valedictorian, Rebecca Marie Schumann. And our second diploma will be awarded to the class salutatorian, Christopher Boone. First couple of rows, you can come up and line up. For the audience as well, as I read their name, Mr. Fallon will be shaking their hand. There will be an individual picture taken of each of the students. So again, we'll try to go slow enough to make sure that we're not moving faster than the photographer as well. The other members of the class of 2000. James Aber. Kristen Aducci. Mary Saray Cadner. Carl Alexander. Stephanie K. Allen. Jody Lynn Amon. Philip Amthor. Michael Armstrong. Michael Azzolino. Jessica Rosetta Bain. Michael T. Bellamy. Teresa Barris. Gisela Battisti. Crystal Baxter. Jason Robert Baxter. Jeffrey Baxter. Greg J. Berry. Sarah Elizabeth Beck. Mark Beeler. Christine Marie Biter. Katie Berard Attorney. Jacob Mitchell Violet. Nicholas Burley. James Blocker.
you do something? Kick the seals.
Corinne Bogdanowitz. John Bonsick. Patrick Bonesteele. Janelle Boris. Adele Antoinette Breedlove. Shannon Marie Greggy. Amy Briner. Carrie Ann Brenner. Michael Bryce. Carrie Lynn Brown. Jody Zoe Burkhart. Timothy Virgo. Melissa Burke. Joseph Burris. Timothy William Bush. Elizabeth Camp. Jamal Cannon. Frederick Carbone. Warren Carlo. David Carr. Julie Renee Case. Erin Cassidy. Michael Chadsey. Donald Clifford Chapman. Paul Chapin. Christopher Brandon Chasse. Dana Marie Infante.
I guess that is where Herkimer is. All right, so we're on our adventure, and I know, no camera talk. Okay, you can talk, Shane.
Just stop recording for a second.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop for a second. Look at the scene. Okay, so we're back. But Shane told me to cut out the annoying commentary, so I'm gonna quit it. But
So do that then.
alright. Want to see
No
abuse?
taping me while I'm driving.
Abuse just recorded? Look at my car.
Don't talk. What is wrong with you?
For both families when transferred to Oregon.
You're just not here.
I assume you just got
Okay,
pushed
well,
out, but 2
come
days
on.
later my head
That
swelled up like a
is the
balloon.
last exit in New York. Woo! Alright, guys. We're going to, where are we going to be doing this?
This song's tight.
But where are we going to be?
What?
Like, what state are we going to be in?
I don't know.
I think New Hampshire. Oh, no, wait. Massachusetts. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. This is what I've been seeing for the past, I don't know, long time. Whatever time that is. 5 to 6. We've been on the road for about 5 hours, you know? Shane is drunk. He can't drive.
Not really.
Woohoo! Hey! Alright, so we're here. We made it this far. I'll talk to you later. There's the bus. Huge.
We'll talk later.
Where are we right now, Shane? Yeah, we're on the George Washington Bridge. Alright. So there's the bus.
I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have these cool sunglasses.
Oh, and Shane with his cool sunglasses. He's only missing the gold chain. So yeah, that's the bus right ahead of us. If you can see Dave, I'll show you the convoy. Oh, there's Dave. Get out right over there. Coming back to the Connecticut shows. This is Totally Fat last night. They did While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and I almost peed all over myself. What else did they do last night, Shane?
First two. Oh no, did they do two?
Yeah.
Yeah, first two.
Mike's song, We Can
Exilla
Pause.
1, We Can Pop Groove, I Am Hydrogen. Countless songs.
Sweet stuff.
Swept Away. They played every song last night.
Yeah. Hey, you can maybe even hear how loud the bus actually is from here. Because we can certainly hear it. Oh, there's Karen waving. Hold on, let me get Karen. Hey, Karen. There's Karen. So, hey, Marshall, you're on tape. What do you say?
We're videotaping you guys.
Hey, Marshall. Guys, do something crazy. There's Chris. And yeah, this is our crazy adventure.
It's like crazy convoy.
Crazy convoy. So yeah. Alright. Well, I guess we'll see you later. Well, I had to turn it back on because Chris was going to moon us. But it looks like he quit.
What's the deal here? I didn't hear you.
Ooh, look at the nice mouth.
No.
Huge mouth.
We better get over, Elaine.
Whoa, look at this huge IMAX. Like, I can't see this at home or something, but it's stiff. And we have the bus. Okay, for real now.
You guys want to start that? Hold up, man.
What's up? Hi, Jen. Hi. Where's the sunglasses, Shane? Yo, Dave.
Yo, pan in on the feet.
Marshall's dirty fucking feet.
They stink.
Marshall.
Man, they only stink when they're sweaty.
No, they're
Other than
small.
that, they're straight. There's the
Marshall
one.
got nothing on me.
Do you just have it so the bellows are
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Half of that will wash off in the shower.
Dave thinks he knows. Yeah, here we are at the rest stop. Marshall.
You like it, don't you, Sensi?
Sun Classics.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
What'd you get?
$30.
Sweet deal. You gotta like that.
My pocket?
Yo, man.
Oh. They got a crazy in New Jersey. I don't know. I always just think that it's gonna
Collapse under the weight of me. You should
not
see
anyone.
Finally leaving the truck stop. You missed a great game of hack.
Go, G's copies. Roger and out. There's some fine brown trout before you there, Marshall. Where's the safe?
There's Patterson, New Jersey, right there.
Where's the safe?
159. It's in my hand.
Timmy.
That's where the hurricane took place.
That's right.
Is that New York City?
I don't know. I'm trying to focus in on it, but it's too smoggy. All right, where is it? I can't see it. But there's Dave's stupid ass.
It's not New York City, man.
It's definitely not New York City. Hey, Vince. Marshall? What's the deal?
It's hot back here. You need to turn the air conditioning back on.
It is on, dude. It's not? It's not. It's very cold up here.
Nice enough.
Alright. Alright, well there's some city.
6597 Carmel Avenue. It's time for the Angry Drugstore question of the week. Do you believe that
Right on the outside.
Yeah, I can't see it. But there's a city over there.
We built it on rock and roll.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the Camden. You made it?
Very skinny.
Alright, and here is
Thanks, officer.
so is this the venue? Hey, there's the city back there. Big building.
Where did he send us?
I don't know. Daily public parking. Is this where we park? It sucks.
$6.
I call it $6. Fucking dick.
That machine's bastards are fucking dumbass.
I think that's the venue, but I could be very, very, very wrong. Where do you think it is?
Right here.
Right where?
Right here.
This is the venue?
This, right here. Here's the stage.
Alright.
I'm the shell.
Okay.
I don't know. Bring some more fuckers in here. I need to get the people coming in.
Are you selling? Hey Karen, did Chris make the sale?
Yeah, we got the sale.
Woohoo!
But either way, they're
You guys need any rope?
Alright, so, yeah, these are names. Yo, Barsh. Why are you so pissed? Alright.
What?
Quit being so pissed.
Alright, I don't know. What are you going to tie this to?
Alright, hold on.
What's your goal here?
Wait, do you want to know where the Zoom is? Zoom? It's right here. Move over. Go over.
That's the guy that.
You got it?
That's the guy that fucking.
Good job, Lapierre.
Why are you zooming in on my nasty feet?
Yeah, quit it. I don't want Dave's feet.
Yes, you
Okay, maybe I want.
Yeah, what's up?
Where are you at? I already handed off the DA and I'm walking back the way I came.
Don't walk back. I'm too far away. Just stay there. I'll be there.
I got all that.
You just give me from the huh? You just Dude, seriously, take that off there. That's not
Get it off there.
Dude, rewind it.
Don't worry about it, dude. You didn't even
that.
see anything.
Chris,
Who the fuck is gonna see it? Your mother? Oh no, my mom's gonna see it. Like Aaron's gonna give it to his mom.
record. Rewind it.
Hold on,
Let me
hold on.
see it.
Say goodbye to
Show the bus some
bus.
love.
Yeah. It's pretty crappy. Yeah, Marshall. So this is campsite. What are you doing, Shane? Yeah. The bus is going away. I don't know where it's going now. It's like only like 2 miles away, but Vince has to chill with it the whole time, which really sucks because he wanted to go home, but oh well. Poor Vince. Well, bye. It's the 4th of July. Dun, dun. Hi, Shane. Am I crying? Yeah, a little bit. Are you crying, Shane?
No, I'm listening.
That's cool.
Gonna rip down that line easily.
That CV antenna is gonna catch the wire.
Not our way. Triple A's for it, man.
Bye, boss. Be safe with our hippie, boss. Be careful.
Bye, boss. Bye. blanket. Yay, Vince. Aww. Gone, gone, gone.
That's the oil.
This is the oil spot that the bus left.
It's incognito though. Hold on.
Ew.
Here comes the bus.
Hey, it's really not gone.
Hey, Vince, the bus is fixed.
It's back.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's back already? Hey, you're quick. What's up?
No! No! No, boss!
Sweet. Okay, so we got a big knife.
Hey!
Yeah.
Check out the bag wine.
Bag wine?
Bag wine.
There's the bag wine.
Yes.
This looks very good.
Are those pierogies or raviolis? What a bountiful feast. Yeah. Hey! Would you stop? Damn you!
Hi, Katie.
Hi, Aaron.
How are you?
She's drunk off a bag wine.
Wow. This is kind of scary. I'm the worst cameraman ever. This is really scary.
Okay, here's where we get serious. Giving away the Harry Potter book before you can buy it in the stores. Member of the Greater Philadelphia Radio Group. With 7-song supersets all day, every day. We're 102.9 WMGK. Philadelphia's classic station.
Now we have to try not to fight a lot.
I know.
I'm warning you.
We need Route 76.
That day left the shop.
76? Whoa, what's that thing?
I don't know. Sort of weird thing.
Oh, that says truck.
676.
Yeah. Why?
676? Chinatown.
Oh, this is Philly right here. Keep going.
I-76, right?
The White Horse Plank from 8 to 2 this
This is
Friday.
also
You'll have a chance to win tickets to sporting events and theme parks. The original Canals with the red and yellow signs. Join
I don't know if it's slummy. Is it slums over there?
The bridge might be icy.
Join MGK this Saturday from 4 to 6
Yeah, it's like a little slummy. It's right there.
Atlantic City. Go there and enter with tickets to see Eddie Money perform.
Everybody want to give me some help?
Remember, guys,
Shane?
only hold 6 carcasses, so don't shoot nothing but trophy pucks, huh?
Ryan, not on you.
so you can't.
I wish
Hey, hey, hey!
I shot some rats.